Well, a little something that I have found to be important, as much as the message that we want to get across, is the idea that we have a lot of work to do with, and I don't like this word. There's a lot of words I don't like, but disambiguation. Whenever I bring up the word distributism, everybody hears redistributism, and you have to go way off into left field to bring the conversation back. The words we use for our economics are often confused with socialism. I'm sure any of you who have had the conversation have had to explain how we are more or less capitalism and not closer to communism or socialism, even though we have a couple of the same ends. It's the way we want to get there that makes everything different. When we talk about the pro-life part of the whole life movement, there's a lot of disambiguation just with the idea of the words people use to talk about abortion. There's a lot more common ground than there is ground to fight over. We have to establish those facts as well. There's so much groundwork we have to lay to get the conversation to the point where we're a broader part of it. So one of the things I try to do is put out a lot of information on what makes distributism, like what I'll call it, is the conscience of capitalism, rather than trying to go off anywhere else. We have the idea that more people should benefit and we shouldn't have to redistribute things. We should get that right the first time around. So, yeah, just getting the words to mean the same thing for everyone is important. And that's a little groundwork I hope to be able to lay out so that whoever's running after me doesn't have to spend all that time just defining terms.
Okay.
You used the expression, didn't you, widespread ownership?
Uh, I
This-
may have you might be thinking of Amar. Amar has used that phrase a lot more than I have, but yes, widespread ownership is a big part of that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And one of the things when I say widespread ownership to somebody who doesn't already know what we're talking about, they immediately go to state run or some communal ownership format. So again, I always lose half my time just defining terms. So I would really love to get the conversation to the point where everybody's operating out of the same glossary.
it's really revealing, though, how locked in we are in terms of the options in public discussion.
Yeah.
And that could be one of the reasons why Chesterton used paradox so often. He says
Yes.
the trouble with capitalism is that there are too few capitalists.